What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video. And Doody's been extremely busy, folks. He's been dealing with so many things, real life issues. Doody's a busy man. He has a business to run, he has content that he has to produce. He's a family man. He has to work on his podcast, he has to mail spoons. It's just non-stop busyness for your boy Phil. But today I had a little bit of time before my podcast, and I wanted to put this little video together regarding our boy Phil. Now, you know, the other day after the whole Strangely Lexi and Iron Chef Sakai business, Phil went on his podcast and of course just ranted and raved like a lunatic. I mean, he again continued to make the same argument about Derek, and it was not cool that he was forced to ban Derek. It doesn't matter what Derek did outside of his podcast and so on. Okay, this is apparently a hill that Phil wants to die on. He doesn't care what people think, and in this clip he actually says he doesn't care what PPP thinks or whatever. Now, other than Derek, he starts talking about any individual. So anyone in his chat, the 200 Dents that follow Phil every day, right? He doesn't feel like it doesn't matter what these people do outside of his streams, right? He's only responsible for what occurs on his stream. Now, Doody's not a big fan of guilt by association. I'm not, especially when you're not engaged or involved. You just kind of know this person cursory. Okay, I'm not going to hold you responsible for that. I'm not going to do that. But personally, I think that if some news of someone in your chat comes about and you're able to confirm it, and multiple sources that you trust have confirmed that this person is just not a good guy or a good girl, then you should remove them from your chat. You should do everything you can to remove them from your chat. And if you do that, then hey, everything's cool. You did your part, and you shouldn't be raked over the coals about that. Perfectly. Now, of course, with the whole Derek thing is, he's known this issue for multiple years. Multiple sources has told Phil that Derek is just he was a PDF. He engaged in very bad behavior. People showed him screenshots. People would send him links, I know this specifically, and say, hey, check this out. You know, we're not photoshopping this. And Phil neglected it. He just said, nope, I'm not going to bother. I don't care. I guess he wanted plausible deniability, I guess. So anyway, I digress. So this clip here is really interesting because I watched it over again, and I think it's a little bit more sinister than when I first realized it. To me, this sounds like this was a call to action. So Phil decided, hey, he needed to warn anyone in his chat that, hey, if you're doing some shady stuff, make sure you clean it up. Make sure that if you are engaging in illicit or evil behavior, that you make sure that you do everything you can to hide who you really are. Now, he didn't say don't engage in it. He didn't call his chat or his viewers to say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that type of stuff. No. He made it a point to focus on just make sure you cover your tracks. So we're going to play this clip of Phil here. And of course, he starts off by saying he's going to be honest. And he rants and raves. And I just, when I heard it the second time, I honestly considered this to be extremely sinister. Like, it came off scummy. So let's keep going.
Every piece of information possible. All right. Now, let's be very honest here. Okay? Let's be very honest. Continuing on with that, people who are going to come on my streams and be regulars, meaning you're someone who's in the chat all the time and people recognize your name. People who come and support in big ways, right? You're dropping member bombs, you're dropping sub bombs, you're tipping, you're super chatting, which I appreciate and very much allows me to do what I love for a living and keep doing it. So thank you for that. But you have to understand that now you are going to become the subject of focus, the subject of analyzation, the subject of ridicule, and the subject of stalking. Simply because these people are all over my ass. If you become a part of that in a big way, they're going to be on your ass. All right? And this is just something that I think needs to be discussed at this point. Is it right? No, it's not. I completely disagree with it. I don't think that just because someone comes on my stream and is nice to me, that they should then be micro-analyzed and put under the microscope and have every aspect of their life stalked. And you know what I'm saying? I think it's bullshit. But sadly, I don't think the internet is going.
All right, let me stop it there. So what Phil is saying is just because they have some association with Phil, that they should be analyzed. I'm not going to argue that fact. If that's what you think, Phil, so be it. But this is the internet, and if you put yourself out there for whatever way, if you're either watching a content creator or you're engaging in the vortex, and sadly, Phil, your viewers do that. Now, if you realize, Phil, people that just go on your streams and chat and support or whatever, for the most part, nobody bothers them. No one gives a shit. It's these lunatics, like OIC and 1 Minute Man. These lunatics that just seem deranged, right? And other people that engage, for example, like Canadian Kirk, aka Superhound, and so on. These people that engage in the vortex under your name, of course they're going to be researched and reviewed and analyzed. The other thing, Phil, here is people like Derek, who had an outside presence, who was not hiding anything he was doing, was just full-blown open, doing PDF stuff, and you were warned multiple times and decided to take a blind eye and not do anything, Phil. Now, you need to learn to actually distinguish the two. Now, if you're just talking about in general, someone who's just watching your content, who's not on the internet, who's not in the vortex, okay, whatever, fine. But someone like a Derek, someone like an OIC, someone like an Iron Chef Sakai, those type of folks, no, it's free game. If you put yourself out there and you expose yourself and you're doing illegal shit, then yeah, you should be found and rooted out and called out. So I disagree there, Phil. So let's keep going, because of course he doesn't stop there, right? What he does is he actually issues a warning to them. Not even a warning, it's almost a public service announcement. Like, hey guys, I'm not going to condemn what you're doing. I'm just going to give you advice and say do a better job of cleaning up your depravity. Like, if you're going to be a CP person, make sure none of your social media is out there. Like, that is some scummy shit, Phil. It really is. Because what you should be saying is, don't engage in that behavior. If you are someone that does PDF behavior, don't come to my streams. You are not welcome. He did not say that. He basically told them, hey guys, do me a favor. Make sure that you're covering your tracks better.
Going to change anytime soon. Okay? I don't. I think that the internet is going to be a situation where people are going to continuously do this and get worse and worse as well. All right? It's just going to get worse over time. People got to understand that if you come and you hang out with me, great. But the moment that you start to put yourself out there, right, people will be following you and looking. I always say you got to be careful about the information that you put out there on the internet. If you're going to be in someone's chat room, you got to make sure that that account that you're using in the chat does not directly link to real life information. Don't be having it be the same name as your Facebook or your Instagram, and that has information about you and your geolocation and all of your friends and family. So many people over the years just didn't realize that that information could be used and mobilized to hurt. And then later on, they get stalked or attacked, and they're like, what's going on? I can't even believe that this is happening to me. Well, yeah, these people are no-life losers. They have nothing to do but harass people online to try to get attention. A lot of times, the reason they do it is not because of any end game. Like, for example, so they've stalked people in my community and well, what do they do that for? I don't know, because it doesn't affect me. I'm literally not affected by it. As you can see, 16 years and going, I'm not going anywhere, right? But these people think that attacking and stalking someone gives them some kind of power. They get this crazy power trip.
Alrighty. Okay. I'm going to replay it because, I always want to hear Phil's take, right? I don't want anyone to say, well, dude, you're making that up or whatever, right? I don't want that. I just don't. I honestly don't. So let's play it again and let's see what he had to say.
Don't be having it be the same name as your Facebook or your information that you put out there on the internet. If you're going to be in someone's chat room, you got to make sure that that account that you're using in the chat does not directly link to real life information. Don't be having it be the same name as your Facebook or your Instagram, and that has information about you and your geolocation and all of your friends and family. So many people over the years just didn't realize that that information could be used and mobilized to hurt. and then later on they get stalked or attacked and like, what's going on? I can't even believe that this is happening to me. Well, yeah, these people are no-life losers. They have nothing to do but harass people online to try to get attention. A lot of times the reason they do it is not because of any end game. Like, for example, they've stalked people in my community.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because I just wanted to confirm and just show the clip. So essentially he's saying, hey, cover your tracks up. Not once did Phil say, hey, if you're engaging in this illegal behavior, I don't want you on my streams. Hey, if you're doing this, I don't care, but don't come to my streams. No, he did not do that at all. He essentially did a call to action and told his cult members, hey, if you're going to be doing this, just make sure you clean up your stuff. Don't expose yourself. It's okay to be a child predator. It's okay if you're doing some illegal shit. That's fine. I don't care, right? Just make sure you cover up your illegal act. No, Phil, I'm sorry. It doesn't fucking work that way. It doesn't work that way. And you know what, Phil? I know you wanna just dust yourself off, right? Take the mud off of you because you don't want this to attach to you. I'm gonna let you know right now, Phil, that I'm looking into this story about this content creator named Shia AF on Kick. And apparently they've been caught in a very, very bad situation involving CP and all this stuff. And the guy has disappeared. Let's just put it that way. And there's some stories running about it. And lo and behold, for some odd reason, when I look up Pig Go, I see your name attached all over to this guy, where you've actually did raids on this guy, Shy AF on Kick, which is very interesting. Because again, I'm not saying Phil is doing any or engaging in any of this behavior. I am not. I'm saying that right now. Oh, I don't know, and I don't think he is. But the problem, Phil, is that whenever you find someone who you think's your friend or friendly to you, you glom onto them. And how about you don't do that? How about you step back and do a little bit of digging, do a little bit of researching? Or, okay, on this guy, you may not know who he is. Fine. I'm warning you that this Shy AF guy is no good. And there's going to be some numerous news stories out there, and they'll probably link it to you because, you have some association with this guy. I'm not saying you're involved in any of it. I'm not. I don't think so. I just think you're an idiot, and you don't look closely at who you associate with. And when you're told you're associating with a scumbag, it takes you 10 years to actually course correct. So just giving you a warning, Phil, that there is this person that you have some association with, and he's about to get taken down. So let's just put that out there. But again, this is a call to action. This is telling his Dents, hey, sweep that shit up. Don't do criminal behavior. It's just make sure whatever you're doing, you're hiding your identity. All right, let's play the rest of it because I think he talked about Derek here.
And like, well, what do they do that for? I don't know, because it doesn't affect me. I'm literally not affected by it. As you can see, 16 years and going, I'm not going anywhere, right? But these people think that like attacking and stalking someone gives them some kind of power. They get this crazy like power trip over it. Oh, I actually harassed someone, I stalked them, and I got them to respond.
This is the worst fucking take ever. It's the worst. Phil, again, it's almost like someone coming to you and say, hey, we have information. We have information that the person you're living with is a serial killer. And then Phil going to the police or whoever looking at the information saying, well, how did you get this information? And the officer saying, well, it was given to us by some anonymous source. Oh, well, can you verify that that's the case? No, I can't. You know what I mean? And they present Phil with maybe a gun, maybe a photo, some tangible evidence, right? Phil will focus on the fact that the way they got the information was, I guess, illegal. And he does the same thing with the bank leaks. Oh, well, how do you know those bank leaks are real? Instead of just saying they're not real and here's some proof, he goes, well, since they were obtained illegally, it's not admissible. Like we can't look at it. It's not believable. Phil, you're doing the same thing here, Phil, with Derek and all of the other lunatics in your streams, okay? Anyway, you'll probably see more on that video regarding Shy AF and Phil's affiliation. I'll probably talk about it more on my podcast today. And yeah, so again, Phil, You need to be careful with your words, Phil. Words have meaning. And the fact that you decided to make this a call to action to tell your viewers that if you're doing something illegal, make sure that you cover your tracks, is scummy as all fuck. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.